Shut up and sit down.
Welcome to the Big Blue Offensive Podcast with Mike Trainer, Jay Jules, and John Depot. Hey, what's up, Giants fan? Welcome to the BBO NYG Podcast. I'm Mike. That's Jules. That's John. We here, NFL Draft. We made it another year. At least this year, we're fucking not drafted to 25. I'm actually happy about that, but also I'm like, damn, it's gonna be a long night.
I mean, listen, we got to go back to like 2 seasons ago with Tony, right? And fucking how long we waited that night. We got pretty drunk though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I'm drinking. Is John drinking? That's the question. Is John drinking?
Yeah, just got some iced tea.
Regular iced tea. I'm drinking. Shout out to Happy Daddy, Death Row Grape. I'm drinking those tonight. Fucking delicious, man. It's like tastes like Kool-Aid.
I'm not gonna lie. All right, I'm actually I'm gonna be doing the edibles tonight. We're gonna be doing a huge selection. So right now I'm actually having a cup of coffee, but there's a place in Bay Ridge called Wake and Bake, and I actually got a muffin top. It's like a banana chocolate chip gummy. It's an edible. So we'll see how that kicks in. Just had a little bite of that with some of the coffee now. I got some ideas for later on. It's gonna be fun.
How do you get drink coffee, a stimulant, to try to keep you awake, and then you take an edibles, man?
Well, it's gonna
try to balance yourself out.
Yeah.
All right. Whatever works.
Perfectly, I think.
Whatever works, man. All right, but listen, before we get into draft talk, Giant talk, Carolina's on the clock. Go with the number one pick in like about 5 minutes. But we got a little logo. We're introducing a new logo tonight. That somebody on this.
Let's wait till after the first pick. You know what I mean?
I just like this. My shirt is falling off my other shirt, so it might get unveiled on YouTube before we even announce it. So if you see it, shout it out.
Don't tell nobody.
But listen, we got time, man. 5 minutes. New logo. Somebody on this podcast did it, created it, took the time, made this shit. That would be me.
I wonder who that person is.
Yeah, we had a couple people out there that gave us some ideas. They actually made some logos, so shout out to them for giving us some feedback, giving us some logos. But we're gonna go in this direction that I made, so hopefully it don't suck and you all don't hate it. I got plenty of shirts left to mail out to you guys, whoever wants it. Shout out to the people that got them and said thank you on social media. They were very happy to get their shirts in the mail. It was a nice surprise. And we got more shirts, so hit us up. Hit us up through the DMs.
Definitely, bro. 100% for the 100th episode, bro. Let's do it.
And here it is.
Dude, on draft night. I mean, what better way to start this off, right?
Jules, the logo, it's coming. It's coming right now, man. I feel like I'm the whole.
I got to get up and change because I got the hoodie on right now. And obviously, this is the old school logo. So for those of you watching on YouTube, I'm going to put it up right real quick. There it is. That was what the old school logo looked like. Not bad. Was what it was, right? But I mean, is it time? I mean, listen, I don't want to do it, and all of a sudden Carolina blows up the draft and they take a defensive end.
We got plenty of time, Jules. The shirt. I feel like I'm the Hulk, and my shirt's fucking ripping off. Here it is. It's coming. It's coming off.
You ready, Mike? You ready?
I'm flashing these motherfuckers. And here it is, the debut of the new.
Please.
Oh, I peeked. It peeked.
All right, representing the fucking almost Stadium.
You want to see the states come together? There we go. Flexing for you people listening. How do you like it? How do you?
Not bad.
Feedback on these shirts. I gotta tweet out the logo.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. It really is. I think it's a fair improvement over the old one for sure.
Jules, go back there. I'm gonna take a picture. I'm gonna put it on YouTube, on Twitter.
Okay, maybe you tweet it out.
There we go. Got it.
All right.
Tweet out this new logo. The Panthers pick is in. If you want to go on the BBO podcast Twitter feed, go to @BBO NYG podcast. You can check out the new logo. If you want some shirts, hit us up.
Pick is in. Dun, 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 dun. Is Goodell at the podium yet or no?
It's got to be a quarterback, right?
That's what I was just going to ask. What do you think it's going to be?
Everybody thinks it's Bryce Young. That's the rumor.
Bryce
They
Young.
need a quarterback, so.
I mean, that is the key right there. Tactically, the Texans didn't fucking trade up. I mean, let's see. Let's see. Like I said, watch them go crazy, and all of a sudden, Will Anderson Jr.
Yeah, right. Gonna be one of these quarterbacks that they wish makes it in the NFL.
Is Mayfield over there?
Is he? No, he's in LA, right? He stayed with the Rams.
I thought he was in Carolina, bro. Hold on, I'm pretty sure.
Where'd he go? Yeah, Baker went somewhere. Maybe he didn't stay with the Rams.
Bryce Young. Oh, no shocker there. No shock. Oh, no, he's in Tampa Bay, Baker Mayfield. What am I thinking?
Is he?
That's right. That's right. Tampa Bay.
What's Tampa Bay?
Bryce Young is the #1 overall pick for the 2023 draft. Congratulations, Carolina.
Fuck this kid.
Remember that game, like Houston, right? They last second win against Indianapolis in the regular season, and they blew the #1 pick and gave it to Carolina.
Well, yo, isn't it?
I love that.
Isn't it true that the last fucking 3 out of 4 quarterbacks selected overall #1 were all midgets under 6 feet, 5'10"? 3 of 4, right?
Yeah.
Baker Mayfield,
Kyler
Murray, and now tonight Bryce Young. And the last one to be drafted #1 was fucking Trevor Lawrence.
All right.
Right? So, like, yo, like you would think by now, maybe the midget quarterback doesn't work. I'm just saying, all right? Like, I'm going to say it. I'm not offending anybody by using the term midget. They're still used as fucking, you want me to use the word dwarf? Is that better? Because
That's better. That's better.
So these dwarf-sized midgets, excuse me, quarterbacks.
He's smaller than Roger Goodell, bro. Jesus Christ.
He's what? Like,
he can't see over the offensive line. Like, how's he going to complete passes without rolling them out?
It makes no sense. Like, I understand that there's generations of quarterback, they're more mobile, they move outside the pocket, all this kind of shit. But you still want a quarterback that can at least throw 15 to 20 passes within a pocket.
Yeah, hell yeah.
I mean, come on. This is crazy, bro. Bryce fucking Young. All right. And they were making fun of him. I forgot what it was. That girl that like on ESPN that we blew up all the time because she was laughing about Daniel Jones. So
Tina Kimes.
There you go. She was like, she was literally towering over him, and she was like, "No, I had 3-inch heels on." It's like, no, you didn't.
Stop. You had flats.
Your mother had heels on, maybe. What
do they celebrate? I don't understand. They knew what they were picking for fucking months already.
Who's this?
They're showing the draft room in Carolina, and everybody's like celebrating like they did something.
That's usually what's happened when I sell beer during the meeting. Like, you sold a lot of beer today, and they're like, everybody stands up and claps. That's what they do.
Just not that we give too many shout outs to other networks and everything else, but CBS, according to CBS, Bryce Young is a B- as the first overall pick for the Carolina Panthers.
Wow.
B-. So, I mean, the Texans are still on the clock. How much time do they have left? I guess their pick was Bryce Young. About 5 minutes.
Yeah.
You guys want to get into the big signing of defensive tackle that the Giants made during this week so far?
Hell yeah.
A'Shawn or something like that. What's his name?
A'Shawn Robinson.
A'Shawn Robinson. That's right. Now, listen, I think that, there was a lot of talk and hype the last couple of weeks talking about him. I'm shocked that the Giants got him to come in here, and I get it.
Yeah.
The knock on him, and basically the only knock, is the level of him staying healthy. Unfortunately, he's had a history of injuries and everything else like that. Granted, we don't need 17 games out of him because we are fortunate to have a pretty deep defensive line this year, looking so far. So, I mean, this is great. I mean, this is a 1-year deal, right? It's a proven type contract. You know, you don't have Leonard Williams signed beyond 2024, right? You don't know what's going on with Delvin. There's a lot of question marks. So
I like the rotation.
Yeah, it's going to give us a lot of rotation this year, which, you know what, look, you know what? You look back on some of the Giants Super Bowls, right? And yes, you could probably name our starting cornerbacks. And we're going to get into this later on because we have 100 picks until we go. But the reason why our corners and secondary looked so much better was because our pass rush was relentless. And, you have Ojulari, you have Thibs. Now you bring in a guy like this to feed up the middle a little bit more, bring him more because he's supposed to be a hell of a run stopper. So we're definitely plugging in that hole because let's face it, guys. I think we were 31st in the league in run defense last year overall, something like that with the average.
Pretty bad.
The run, it was like 5 point something. It was ridiculous. So you know what? You bring in these guys to beef that up. If we can start getting some pressure on the quarterback, guys like Adoree Jackson and Flott and all these guys, they'll fill in. They'll be okay at corner. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I don't want to rush a corner. If there's like a run on quarterbacks like before the 25th pick, and like say four of them are gone, maybe even 5. Might be a little much there, but like at least 4. Dude, I don't know if I necessarily want a corner. I want to see what's left at wide receiver. Then I want to see, what we're doing as far as maybe a defensive player, right? Like maybe there's a crazy linebacker. Who knows?
Be interesting to see. I don't know who I really want right now.
Dude, I've been going back and forth all day. I mean, you saw just to like, and Mike, you brought this up earlier to me about how like funny some of these like draft simulator things are.
I hate them.
They actually are.
They're ridiculous.
I mean, dude, I got offered from the Raiders.
Oh shit!
What happened?
I got the Yankee game on. First, the DJ LeMahieu and Gleyber Torres just hit back-to-back home runs,
There we go.
and then the pitcher just rocked fucking Peraza
Oh,
bad on the elbow.
We need a brawl out of this fucking team one day.
yeah, for real.
Yeah, the football. I don't know. Like I've been going back and forth too on some guys. I probably Quentin Johnson is the guy wide receiver I want.
I mean, listen.
You know what I mean? If he falls, I want him.
One of our friends, over on Twitter and YouTube, the entertainer. He, I was going back and forth with him a little earlier today on Twitter, and one of the last things he said, all right, final things. I want to see what's your biggest reach and what's your biggest fall. And immediately, Mike, I tweeted him like, Quentin Johnson falls to number 25 without hesitation. The New York Giants draft him. You know what I mean? So yeah,
I would take him in a
But
second.
that's a fall, dude. Like I have not seen him any lower than the 3rd wide receiver off the board, and that's like really stretching him. He's either 1 or 2. It's
Yeah, right.
Ohio State, and that's the end of it.
I know. I want to see him though.
You know,
I'm watching this on like a little delay, so when the Giants
you have
pick
a live?
I'm watching YouTube TV.
Yeah,
CJ
John,
Stroud.
you have the draft live or no?
On ESPN. What channel are you on? 7?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I stream, bro. You know that.
I'm on ESPN.
So you're live. So we're gonna go for you, John. I think that's what we did last year. So
Yeah.
let's just keep it official.
All right, 2 quarterbacks.
Get all extra loud if you can. When it comes time, and that's that.
I love how nowadays quarterbacks, no matter how shitty or good they are, they always go like right away. And it doesn't, like back in the day, it used to be like, all right, quarterback went like whenever, 10th, 15th, 20th pick, it didn't matter. Nowadays, these teams just jump the gun, man.
Well, you know what? It's funny you say that. Like
It's like they're forced to.
it's like we were saying earlier, like a lot of things recycle themselves, right? Or repeat themselves. Early on, quarterbacks went early. When you had like top quarterbacks, they went number 1. Elway went number 1 back in '83. You know what I'm saying? Like, so like they were doing shit like that at a certain period of time. Then it changed a little, and then it came back like really quick. Like it was only a couple of years, I feel. And you had the year where, of course, and I'll get into this in a minute about the Giants with 2 picks last year, where whatever the media was, whoever did it, soured the entire quarterback market so badly that I think Kenny Pickett was number 16 that went to the Steelers,
Something like that.
something like that, right? So like you literally didn't have anything till then, and here we are with this all going on, and yet that was because, and here's where I'm sorry, tying it back to the Giants and everything. So you figured if the Giants had 2 picks in the top 10, guys in the top 7 last season, and quarterbacks were like they are this year, we would have gotten an offer. No, we would have. Instead, they soured the shit of the market, and those picks were worthless almost as far as quarterbacks are concerned. So yes, hopefully, you know what? Hopefully things work out. We have a better year out of certain guys for next year, but it remains to be seen.
One team in the NFL that don't need to draft a quarterback anymore is the Ravens. They officially signed Lamar Jackson. And hey, Ryan Clark, you shut the fuck up now. Daniel Jones ain't getting more money than Lamar. I think Lamar's getting like $185 million guaranteed more than Daniel Jones, whatever the hell it is. So I guess you don't got to worry about that narrative. Ryan Clark, I'm talking about you, Ryan Clark.
Well, I guess now Lamar is the official highest paid quarterback player in the NFL.
He is, yeah.
I mean, that's crazy. So Jalen Hurts and now Lamar, which means that what's
Timing
going to
is
happen
everything.
with Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert and fucking who else is the other one that's got to get paid? Like, is there still another quarterback after that?
Yeah, that too.
Those two. I mean, it's crazy, dude. Like, it's absolutely crazy. So, like, look, you know what? Did we overspend maybe for Daniel Jones from a outside perspective other than Giants? Sure, maybe. But the reality is that when you put it into comparison, the going market seems to be about $50 million for a quarterback. Oh, and just like that, we missed the pick, huh? Sorry, I was doing a little too much talking.
No.
Number 2, the Texans have drafted C.J. Stroud. So the
I
quarterback.
said it before.
Yeah, we said that. I don't know where you are. I think you were on Muffin Island.
Away for a hot second. All right.
I think you were on Muffin Island, Jules, on that
I
edible.
might have been. You know what? I think that shit is kicking in a little bit. Not gonna lie. I had a gummy a little earlier as well, so you know.
Yeah.
It's gonna be fun to see how I react. I'll be fucking reacting to the Giants pick tomorrow.
I had a fucking big can of THC Delta 9. Man, it was 30 milligrams. I put that can down at like 5 o'clock. I'm like, I'll be good by 8. Nope. So I'm trying to drink fucking Happy Daddy Death Row Records grape right now. Arizona, 2 minutes. Who's Arizona gonna get?
I would think they go defense.
They have to, right?
Yeah. I mean, you know, with JJ Watt retiring, you know, they signed him to a big deal. You want to bring in another pass rusher. You know what? You can literally take whatever edge rusher you want. That's your choice for this pick. So I don't see why they wouldn't. You know what I mean? To me, I think they're going with an edge here. Listen, could they go crazy?
Could be, but there's a trade happening.
Uh-oh. Dun, 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 dun.
To number 3, get number 2, go number 3, and have its pick in the top defensive player in the draft. The Houston Texans are moving right back up to number 3, Grady. The Houston Texans are taking control.
Houston Texans are now have the 3rd pick.
Holy shit.
They moved up. They got number 2 and number 3.
That's insane. What did they give up to Arizona for that?
I don't know.
Obviously, the 12th. We know that they're going to get that.
He's not Von Miller. Von Miller was a
Wow, that's crazy. It's going to be a crazy trade night. I think D Hop gets traded tonight. I think you're going to see a lot of fucking trades go down tonight.
Dude, this is crazy. I can't wait to see. So CBS gave Texas a B for their grade as far as CJ Stroud was concerned.
Now they're going to get the best defensive player.
Bro, this is crazy. They're going to get arguably the best quarterback in the draft, right? Because it's going to remain to be seen who actually fucking matures out of all the picks. And then the best edge rusher, I guess.
Wow.
Trade alert.
It's amazing. Houston's back again. They just picked number 2, and now they're going number 3.
I mean, that's got to be a first, right?
Yeah, I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
Yo, if you're a Houston Texas fan, which I don't know how many of them there are out there, you must be ecstatic.
Yeah,
It seems like
they gave up. Do we know what they gave up?
He didn't. I think he said it, but I missed it. They didn't put it on the board.
Yeah, I don't see it. Yeah. Oh, pick. They got the pick is in. So I think it's either Will Anderson or Jalen Carter. That's what I think they made this trade for.
Oh no, Lewis Riddick is talking.
Boo.
Look at the Houston the Houston guys. They're all happy. They must have loved 2 of these guys, man, to do this.
I mean, this is crazy.
This is impressive. I mean, they had to do something. That team's been sucking for years.
Oh man, like I thought the pick has been in for like 2 hours already.
Yeah, I just want to see what they pick.
Listen, I thought I was gonna miss it again.
Then we'll talk about that pick, and then we'll just come back on later.
Well, we also we can come back on a little later on, but definitely want to be on for the Philly pick.
All right.
Fuck them guys, because there's a lot that goes on. So maybe we'll be back at the pick 9.
What pick are they?
Pick 10. So maybe we'll come back on pick 9.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan. Texans, man, they're just blowing up the
I mean,
draft.
what
I
do they
love it.
do? This is crazy though. Like it says the pick is in. What are they changing their mind before they walk up to the boat?
Man,
There we go.
All right.
I love that sound.
Traded the third pick to the Houston Texans. With the third pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Houston Texans select Will Anderson Jr.
Yeah.
Dude,
Man.
I mean, that's pretty sick. I'm not gonna lie, bro. They literally got probably arguably the best edge in this year's draft, and maybe possibly the best quarterback. I mean, talk about rebuilding a franchise. Holy shit!
Yeah, they did it. They fucking did it.
Yeah,
It's something to be excited about.
It is. We're gonna get the details on that trade too.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. That's fucking crazy.
Best defensive player. Now, next up is like Indy, then Seattle. So yeah, we're gonna take a quick commercial break here. We'll come back. Pick 9. We'll recap the next few picks, whatever. We'll talk a little bit about it, and then the Giants will be here before you know it. Be right back. Hey, what's up, guys? We are back. Philly's up right now, but we're gonna recap some of the picks. We just went through not really a surprise to Jules, and not really a surprise to me. Maybe some of you running back haters, but Bijan Robinson just went number 8 to Atlanta. I mean, he's a stud, and you draft stud players. I don't give a fuck where you drafted. You get him. Atlanta.
And you know
got
what's
him.
crazy? People were saying that this might have been some sort of like crazy wild card pick because they literally went and took fucking Pitts 2 seasons ago with their first round pick. Then last year they went and they took London with their first round pick. And
Right.
now this year they go out and get a running back with their first round fucking pick. If they
Right.
can just get a quarterback there, bro, that offense is ready to roll.
Who do they have a quarterback there? That young kid, right?
Yeah. Riddler right now.
Riddler. So they got a young team, man. Maybe they do something over there with that young squad. You know, maybe they wreck some damage. Who knows? Congratulations to him. But then you had some surprise picks earlier. And
Also, really quickly, if we're staying in the moment, the surprise here was that the Eagles actually traded up with the Bears. So did the Bears fuck us once again? Because Mike, when we were talking off screen in between these picks, which we'll review in a minute, we were talking about how like there's still a really good tackle out of there out of Northwestern. They have a fucking offensive tackle who was rated between the guy that the Cardinals took at 6 with Paris.
Maybe they
jumped back and forth with both of them as being the top tackles. So I mean, does Philly go and get an offensive tackle?
maybe.
They just signed their franchise quarterback basically for the next 5 years with a guaranteed contract and all the money that they given him.
Got to
And they
protect
got to
them.
get a fucking stud tackle. They see what Andrew Thomas has been doing the past 2 seasons. You know
Yeah,
what
they
I mean?
gotta-
They want a young guy like that, man. Like, it's brilliant. Fucking hate it, but brilliant.
It's weird how they just moved up one spot with Chicago. What is that? Why even do that?
Well, remember we were discussing, right? When we took a little break, we were saying how like they need to build up fucking O-line, right? And we thought for sure that one of the other teams would have taken them. You were like, Chicago will take one. Atlanta could use one. We were going through the list. Well, then no one took them.
So
And now
somebody,
instead of, like, you get nervous that maybe the Bears might fucking take it. So instead you jump them and you offer them something.
well, they traded with the Bears, right? So the Bears are going 10 and Philly's going 9. So
Right.
it's almost like there must have been another trade in the works where Philly actually offered more to Chicago than the other team to get their guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you. You're right. That's what I'm saying.
So it's
Like,
weird
they
to
wanted
just
make
trade.
sure the Bears
next
didn't
guy.
get it, and the Bears were like, you know what, we might take them. So what do you want for it? You know what I mean? Because they know they can still do whatever the hell they want to do at 10. It's not like they really like. That's crazy. The Eagles literally went.
Here it is. Here's the pick.
All right, let's hear it, Mike.
With the 9th pick in the
Fuck you,
2023
Eagles.
NFL Draft, the Philadelphia Eagles select Jalen Carter.
Wow.
Wow. Okay, so that's all right. So then that's the other scenario, and I totally forgot that
Yeah.
Jalen Carter was still out there.
Slipped. He
Dude,
slipped.
Damn, bro. He fucking. So you want to talk about a slip of the night? It could be that Jalen Carter slipped to 10.
I
And,
hate
9 rather, and the Eagles.
nine. I hate when
Wow.
players. So somebody had to be targeting the Bears because the Bears had the 9th pick. Somebody targeted the Bears. So Philly at 10 just swap picks, basically just to freeze the other team out to get their guy, Jalen Carter, which is, I mean, he has his moments. definitely has a history. Some teams don't like that. That's why he slipped, but he's a pretty good talent. And then he goes to Philly, that dump of a fucking city.
Sorry,
And
my one
be nasty.
Eagles friend, the only guy that I actually consider a friend that's an Eagles fan. But he was like, "Yeah, big boy, we got it." I'm like, "Fuck you, man!" Like I fucking hate it, dude. Let's put it this way, Trader. One thing to add to this, because look, they always say, keep your friends close, but your enemies closer, right? And you got to know the other team like you know your own, right? It's the only way you're going to beat them, and that's why we're division rivals. With all that said, they literally now have 3 starting defensive fucking players from the Georgia National fucking championship team. Just putting that one out there real quick. So like they just fucking basically took all of that fucking talent and put it on their fucking team.
Yeah,
now,
right.
how good that results into the NFL, we'll see. You know what I mean? Like it's not going to be guaranteed all 3 are going to be home runs, but damn, I'm pretty sure one will.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, Philly's got a fucking team we got to worry about, man. I hate
Fucking
saying
hate
that. God, they built.
And you know what? Let's
good
listen.
squad,
Barkley
man.
had a good game against them. I think once this year, maybe, right? And literally, or did he? I don't even remember what he did in December. I can't even remember what he did. That game was so embarrassing. It was over before the fucking start of the third quarter. But listen. At the very least, you know that he's not going to be fucking. You put a big run stopper in the middle there, and it clogs up the hole, and fucking you don't have to worry about the run as much. It's what we were talking about with the Robinson signing that the Giants did earlier this week. They're just getting in a young kid that they can keep on the leash for the next 4 years.
Yeah, well, they're making moves, man. Other picks we missed before was the Colts getting Anthony Richardson. We both kind of agree that was kind of a reach, even though the Colts, they do need a quarterback. So I didn't expect him to go that high, but that has bust written all over it. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
And we've also been having a little fun with the fact that, like, oh my God, dude. All right. So the reason why I just had a reaction here was we've been following along on the CBS draft tracker, the official fucking tracker of the NFL. But anyhow, they gave fucking Bryce Young a B- to Carolina for a grade. Then followed with CJ Stroud with a B. Then Will Anderson was a B-. Richardson was a B. Witherspoon was a B-. Paris Johnson was a B. So it was ridiculous. And then finally the Raiders came in with an A rating. They went ahead and gave Bijan Robinson a D. But here's the funny shit, Mike. Guess what Jalen Carter got as a fucking grade?
A+.
Oh, you hit it on the nose. Ding, 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 ding. You win a prize. Of course, that's the best pick of the night. Are you fucking kidding me?
Because you're looking at Philly's track record with their moves, with the way they're building the team, plus the reason because he slipped and like, he's definitely worth the value there at 10, whatever the 4, 9, whatever. But man, fuck Philly. That's
Bro,
all.
like you know really what all that means, right? That means no matter what over the next few months, every person that starts doing their Super Bowl predictions, it's going to be Kansas City versus the Eagles. It's going to be fucking Cincinnati versus the Eagles. That's going to be Buffalo versus the Eagles. Oh, I'm going to go crazy and say San Diego plays the Eagles. Like, it's going to be like that for the whole fucking year, dude.
Yeah, we're going to have to deal with it.
That's going to be.
We're going to have to deal with them. Like, listen, Dallas is on the decline. Washington is just Washington. It's Philly. It's Philly. That's our nemesis now. That's the team I hated the most growing up. I still hate to this day. I fucking hate them. And now they're getting good, man. I hate that. I fucking hate it.
Well, listen, bro. Like I said, growing up, it was Dallas too with all their fucking Super Bowls. So
but not now. But I like, dude, Philly
like,
is
the
worse.
Eagles just made it different. They just do something completely different.
They're so close to us.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Dallas seems like so far away. Yeah, they're good, but they just don't seem in our area. Philly's too close to us, man. We run into them fucking people like sometimes.
Yeah, it's fucking retarded, dude. So like I said, it's annoying, but like they are fucking they're public enemy number 1. There's no fucking doubt about it. I can't anymore. Like I'm over it now. Like they think they got that swag. They think they fucking run it. They're gonna win the fucking NFC again. Dude, it's ridiculous. Because look, if we do go around the NFC, right, it kind of got a little weaker again. Brady retired, right? So you don't know what you're going to get down in Tampa, right? Then on the other hand, you have fucking Rodgers going to the Jets.
The Jets, yeah.
Right? That was one of the NFL news that we skipped over because we'll get into that later on because, the Jets are now a Super Bowl. So I'm sorry. Here we go. Eagles versus the Jets in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, right. Listen, the Jets will have a good squad. They got a good D. They got a good offensive set. Like Rodgers could actually do some like little damage, but what's it really going to lead you? It's not going to lead you to a Super Bowl. You probably make the playoffs. Maybe you win a game, you get people excited. But how long do you have of that? 1-2 years at the most, and then
Yo, and
Rodgers
how
goes
excited
away.
is how excited is Aaron Rodgers that Alan Lazard is there?
Yeah.
Out of all the people bring to get Alan Lazard there, I thought that
Right.
shit was hilarious. They weren't
Right.
even that fucking much of a hookup in fucking Green Bay. What do you think you're getting in New York?
They could get Odell. Like, come on.
Oh, it's hilarious. I mean, look, Green Bay still could go wide receiver in the draft here. I mean, sorry, the Jets could. There is room
Here's-
that could go. They could
Here's
go
the Bears.
Oh, the Bears. are up.
Bears got to take that guard.
Offensive tackle, Tennessee.
Wow.
Oh,
Offensive
Tennessee.
tackle, Tennessee. Yeah.
Wow, they keep dissing that kid out of Northwestern. And I'll try to do his name. I mispronunciate everyone's. So what's the difference, right?
Yeah. Don't matter.
Skoronsky. And you know what? Skoronsky's pretty on point, I bet. But anyhow.
Well, Bears needed it. They needed some offensive line help.
Oh, absolutely, dude.
Because that dude was getting fucking clobbered, man.
Destroyed, man. That's what I'm saying. So
Not a bad pick. Not a bad pick. But listen, this draft is going the way I like, man, because my guy, Michael Mayer, tight end from the Notre Dame, my team, he's dropping, man. If he drops all the way to 25, scoop that motherfucker up because Robinson already gone. He already gone, Jules. So give that hope up. So now it's gotta be Michael Mayer, man. I don't care how many tight ends we
now
got.
it's starting to spin things since my boy Bijan went off the clock early, went off the board early, like I predicted he would. But again, with that said, bro, now I'm starting to focus in on wide receivers. So Tennessee's pick right here being on the clock.
That could be the first.
That could be one of the first right there. I mean, look, you know, it'd be hilarious because if you go 2 more picks later on, you go Detroit, which they could go wide receiver, but I don't see it. They probably get another corner perhaps, but we'll see. You go to Green Bay. How funny would it be, Mike? The first year Aaron Rodgers is out of Green Bay, they take a wide
Yes.
receiver with the first pick.
Yeah, right. We need help. We need help. We need to help out the quarterback here. I think they just
love you, Bill. I hope you get.
that's because they just took advantage of Rodgers so much. He was so good. They're like, we don't need to get you. We don't need to pay for or draft wide receivers. That's all it was.
Yo,
They really
imagine
fucked
if-
him. They really fucked
imagine
Aaron
if they-
Rodgers out there.
Of course. But how funny would it be if they draft Will Levy?
You know,
Okay, now you sit behind Julian Love for at least 4 years.
now that you mention the name, the Titans wouldn't be that bad of a pick because I don't think nobody believes in Malik Willis anymore. I think they see them play and it
I'm
was
sure there's a lot of them.
fucking
They're
disaster.
still there. They're just hiding right now. They're like on the rocks in the creek or something right now.
Yeah,
And as soon as he has like one good game, they'll be coming out fucking the woodwork right there.
We
no doubt
know
about
we know some Giants fans wanted Malik Willis at number 5 overall last year. You maniacs. You freaking maniacs. What's the matter with you? Like, at least know the game. Draft him number 5. That's nuts.
Yo, did you see that throw he made in a dome with shorts on, no
Right.
pass rush, a t-shirt,
Right.
and no fucking weather whatsoever? And he threw a
Right.
65-yard dime. Yeah, that's what most of these guys can do.
Yeah. If you can't do that in a dome in your underwear, like you're not playing football to begin with. And like a lineman could do that kind of shit. Like you fucking
Exactly, dude. And it's ridiculous. It's like, yo, that's how these guys are. They're that kind of talent. No one's taking away talent from Malik Willis, but will that talent translate into fucking the NFL? Probably not. Like, that's what the whole
Yeah.
thing is. Like, yo,
So maybe-
if you look like a stud, like on a regular field, or if he comes to your flag football game, yeah.
Yeah, right.
He'll look like a fucking stud.
So maybe the Titans do take Will Levis here from Kentucky, the quarterback.
I mean, listen, Hayden.
Maybe they
Hooker's
go in a
out
new
there. You wanna
direction.
start- You want to start talking, quarterbacks. I mean, after that, it's kind of weak, bro. Like, it's him, and I'm reaching with Hayden Hooker. I
Hooker,
know
yeah.
he was in Tennessee until he got hurt, but
I like Hooker, but I like him in a second round.
yeah,
You know,
well, I'm saying
he's
probably
third.
4, maybe 3rd. It's possible. I can't see him, but again, part of that was because of injury. You really didn't. He doesn't have much of a resume from college. That's the problem too.
Yeah.
We don't know what he can do.
This is getting to like the interesting part of the draft. Like the teens, I think we're gonna see some surprises. Hopefully we see some trades.
Like I said, the pick is in for the Titans, right? We'll see what they actually end up taking. But like the crazy shit is too, man. Like I got to see like the wide receiver situation. I mean, I guess New England could grab one. I know there's been rumors that the Jets might, but I think that's just ridiculous if they did. Washington, I guess, they I don't know, maybe they could grab one. Pittsburgh is probably going to be Porter, right? That kid, Joey Porter's son. We'll see, man. You're right, Mike. I think this is the part of the draft that's going to be fun. You know what I mean? Like that definitely is.
It's got to be some stuff. All right, so we'll wait till the Titans get the pick in, then we'll take another break, and then we'll come back on with the Giants pick. John,
Probably a couple of picks before then.
yeah, John Depot's not coming back. He has end of the month paperwork to do. I don't think he's like, listen, I'm not drinking. So
Yeah.
I'm not gonna hang
He's
out.
like I can't get that high tonight.
Right,
so,
I can't get that high as Mike and Jules tonight. Don't worry, John. Don't worry. We'll see you. We'll see you next week. Actually, next week we got to record on Monday. My softball season already started on Tuesday night. So
what's your record? 0-1?
well, we went to go play Tuesday. Two of the lights didn't work, so we weren't allowed to play. So we decided.
Dude.
So we decided to play like a little scrimmage with the other team. Then the fucking guys that runs the field is like, hey, you're not allowed to play here. It's liability. We could get sued. They're like, yo, stop it. We're adults. He's like, I'll call the cops. They called the cops. Nick's almost fighting one of the other guys that works there. The other
my
guy that works there is yelling, I'm from the hood. I'm like, then I'm walking. Nick tries to go over. I didn't realize he's walking over to apologize. So I'm like, I thought he was going to walk off and start mounting off. So I walk over and then mounted off to each other. And then I'm mounted off. Then my brother comes behind me. And then my two nephews are playing on field 2, and they over here and they start cursing at the guy. I'm like, yo, it was madness. It was fucking madness. But then everybody apologized at the end of the night. The commissioner drove down from his house. We all apologized, and now we didn't get kicked out the league. So we're gonna be playing our first game Tuesday, which is just it was crazy.
Like with all that said, like don't you think you know, like maybe you could find another league, maybe a little
Listen,
further up in Westchester?
That's what Nick said. But listen, if you want to listen to the Mix It Up podcast next week, we're going to probably record Monday, debut it Tuesday, but we'll tell the story about softball night in detail. It's fucking nuts. I just gave you the outline of it, but you'll hear it then. All right.
Bro, it's hilarious to think because I played in that shit years ago too, but like nothing changed. Like it's the
How old
same
are we?
bullshit. Like it just like it doesn't matter how fucking many years we've been playing.
Like you think like you would like get to a certain age where that wouldn't happen, but nope.
Well, that's because you keep playing in those leagues, man. I don't hear about the other guys when they're up in their little fancy Yorktown and they're playing in those.
I know.
I don't hear that shit happening.
I know. We're like adults playing a scrimmage, and they're worried about getting sued. Like we're not going to sue you. We're stupid. All right, here's the
That's the world we're in these days, right? So like they're so worried about getting lawsuits for fucking
Yeah.
dumb shit. We're just playing where like nothing
people
happens.
sue
Like, oh,
over fucking everything. All right, here's the Titans.
NFL draft. The Tennessee Titans select Peter Skoronsky.
Okay. All right, so Titans get a little help to help Jared. I mean, not Jared. Fucking is it Tannehill or Malik there? I don't even know anymore.
I think it's still Tannehill, right? Who else would be there?
So they gotta protect their fucking quarterback. So hey, they went guard, and probably a smart fucking decision. Detroit's up next. You know they're not gonna go quarterback.
No.
Green Bay ain't gonna go quarterback. So Will Levy's gonna slip. Maybe they go wide receiver. You're right, Jules. Maybe they do go wide receivers at that position. I don't know, but at least a wide receiver they go to Tennessee. Remember, they were linked to Hyatt like earlier in the day.
Well,
Or
the crazy thing with Detroit is, right, if you want to really break it down, they did take Jameson Williams, right? Williams, right, out last year in the draft. He gets hurt, right? And then all of a sudden now Jameson Wilson, but then he also got mixed in with the whole fucking gambling thing too. He's like suspended for 6 games. So like, you know what? Maybe they do go wide receiver here. You put some fire under his head. You know what? St. Brown could use the help. It'll help him where he's not getting double teamed all the fucking time. And that's it. I mean,
because of
not
gambling.
terrible for him to do it.
Yeah, be interested to see what wide receiver they take. Maybe it is Hyatt, the guy that was linked to Tennessee. Maybe he gets fucking drafted. But
I still think it's Quentin, bro.
I know. I don't want to say his name. I want Quentin Johnson to slip. Listen, we're gonna take another break. We'll be back later, right before the Giants. We'll recap some of the picks. We'll talk Giants, and hopefully, the guy named that I don't want to name slips to the Giants. But we'll see. We'll be back. All right, we are back on the BBL NYG podcast. The Giants are about to pick in 2 picks. Jacksonville's on the clock. Minnesota took Jordan Addison, which kind of sucks. I liked him to be a target for the Giants. He did dress up like Flavor Flav for this draft, which is hilarious. He would have fit in right into New York, but man, the late run on wide receivers, Jules.
Unfucking believable. I mean, we were sitting there in the break and we were sitting there going, we might get one of these guys at wide receiver. They're going to follow us.
Jaguars trade pick to the Giants. Jaguars have just traded the picks. The Giants are on the clock now. What are the Giants doing? They moved one pick.
Oh my God. Why would we do this?
Because Jacksonville got an offer from somebody else that the Giants wanted.
Like what though, man? This puts so much pressure regardless on what the fuck is gonna happen right now. Here's another thing too. If you go corner, I understand we don't have to have this kid be the number one corner.
Jules, hold on. According to ESPN, the Giants have the 24th. Oh, wait, no, they changed it. All right. Jacksonville went to the 25th. All right.
Okay.
All right. Just confirming that. All right.
All right, yeah. Anyhow, I was gonna say, he's like, yo, if you get one of these corners, you better hope this kid's legit. Because you know what? He's gonna be like going against like people like in the New York media could write about Sauce Gardner all day long. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're taking a top fucking corner like this, you better hold and you traded up for him.
Right.
Oh my God, this makes me nervous. There's no like what else are you going after?
Giants,
they trade up.
I mean, I don't know, like to trade up to move one spot. What are you moving up one spot to be?
Yeah,
that's the question.
Sense.
Because you got, do you really want Banks? Do you really want Porter? Do you? I don't know. I really don't know. They must
be that nervous that Jacksonville was going to either take them or have someone trade with them for that player.
It has to be the trade because if Jacksonville really wanted that player, you wouldn't trade with Jacksonville to move up one spot. So it had to be another team that wanted to trade ahead of the Giants to draft their guy. But instead, the Giants were like, nope, we're going to draft our guy.
Yeah. And like, yo, you better make sure that this guy's the right guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, it's really like, listen, I don't know, man. I got to look more into this Deonte Banks kid because I think that's who we're going to end up taking.
I think so, huh?
And like, yo, like I said, I got rumors earlier in the day. I think I mentioned it earlier that literally this was like the guy Shane loved. He was circled like 75 times. Like, that's the dude he wants. Yo, Shane, you better get this right. And I'm not saying he won't.
Pick is in. The pick is in, and guess what? We're on a commercial break. Of course.
Oh, you knew I was coming.
Of course. So it's going to be the next 9 minutes. Jules, what time is it right now? It's 10:59.
Oh, yep. I mean, you're out, bro. You're out.
I'm done. I lost.
That's it. So we have an over bet that the Giants would get it before 11 o'clock.
I'm going to fight it because technically the pick is in before 11 o'clock. They just haven't announced it because they went to commercial. So technically, I think it might be a push, this bet. It's crazy. It's really crazy. The Giants just moved up a pick. I'm interested to see, like, what team wanted to trade for this guy that they're about to get?
Yo,
there has to be another team.
I don't know what other Deonte Banks there is, but the one that's from Maryland, and that's supposed to be the guy that we're going after. Dude, his career numbers at Maryland, 2 interceptions with 11 pass deflections. What the fuck are we getting?
I don't know.
61 total tackles in 4 years. He played 9 games as a freshman. He played 5 as a sophomore, 4 as a junior. So obviously he was hurt those 2 seasons. And then he played 12 games last year.
Wow.
And last year, if you want to say it was his best year, he had 25 solo tackles. 38 total tackles with 1 interception and 8 pass deflections. Like he had 8 pass deflections. Still.
Well, let me run this by you. All right, say Dallas wanted the tight end Michael Mayer, right, from Notre Dame, and I really think he's going to be a stud. The Giants maybe had to move up to Jacksonville because Dallas and Jacksonville had to trade in order. Giants gave more to get Michael Mayer. If Michael Mayer's the guy, I might lose my shit, bro. I might.
Like, I believe the pick is in, even though that means probably another couple of minutes, but.
I mean, it's crazy. Michael Mayer is the guy I want, man. Michael Mayer.
Dude, I'm telling you this. I don't want this, and I just proved my point why. I do not want Deontay Banks.
One slot.
Hold on, Jules.
To, improve their
Put it
secondary.
up, man.
Spot to do it, Greeny.
But we'll see now if that's the direction.
Giants
they
had
go.
traded the
Coming off
5th round and a 7th round to move up one spot, a 5th and 7th. But don't forget,
We had the extra 5th.
yeah, we had
We gave up
plenty.
the 7th round. Okay, whatever.
Yeah, those picks don't mean anything, really.
Right. Clearly, we didn't lose much.
So the Giants, it looks like they're gonna get their corner. And yeah, it might be Porter, man. I hope it ain't
Oh.
Banks. It might be
Listen,
Porter.
Yo, Brian Branch is still out there. He's like the cornerback safety that they're rating about. He had 90 tackles last season, 3 sacks, 2 interceptions. All right. Do we take him to replace fucking Julian Love? Is that what they're thinking here?
Could be.
You get the best safety off the board. You know what I'm saying? And you lock it down there, and you just add to that fucking sick defense that we're currently building at the moment.
Dude, it's got to be a
You
corner.
have him and McKinney running around.
It's got to be.
I'm throwing a little. This is like a little like like just wild card that I just threw into the mix basically. So that's a wild card mix. I told you I think it's gonna be Baker, but maybe Brian Branch out of Alabama is the pick here. Just a little wild card before the pick actually goes.
And
You got any wild cards to throw in there?
I mean, I don't know about wild cards, but like the cornerbacks, just I mean, if you're great in Porter and Banks the same, why would you trade up? So
I
it
know,
does,
the
I don't-
trade up is what's throwing everything out of the proportion.
that's why I don't think it's a corner, even though ESPN is like, oh, they traded up for a corner to move one spot.
Yeah,
Is
that
it
makes
really
no
going to be a
sense.
corner? I don't know.
That makes no sense, dude.
Fucking don't know.
Yeah, I mean, unless they go center and they take that kid Schmitz from
No
Minnesota.
way. No way.
I mean, I know a lot
Not
of
gonna
that.
be
There
a
was a lot of people that were talking him up like he's fucking
All right, here we go.
Pro Bowl. I'll go. All right, here it is.
Let me just put it on.
The Jacksonville Jaguars have traded the 24th pick to the New York Giants. With the 24th pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the New York Giants select Deontay Banks, defensive Maryland.
Wow.
No love
Oh my God, dude.
in Baltimore and stayed home to go to college.
The guy we really didn't want.
Combination of size and
Wow.
speed, Mel, that every
Giants really wanted this motherfucker.
Wow. Wow. With Joey Porter still sitting out there. Dude, like I knew it was coming. It was all over social media all day long that Shane had a hard on for Banks. And I guess, listen, I guess fucking Jacksonville dangled that in front of him and was like, you know what, we're gonna take him.
I don't. It had to be another team that wanted to trade ahead of him.
So I don't get it. Like,
I mean, Porter. If Jacksonville goes Porter, then that scenario, Jules, makes sense.
right. Right. Fine. You still get a cool.
But the Jacksonville just traded the pick to the Bills.
Oh my God, we gotta stay on now for like at least these 2 picks. Like, yo, dude, like, yo, Deontay, like, dude, this is terrible. This kid better be the real deal. But like I said, he had 8 pass deflections for 1 interception last year, and he's like only full season since a freshman. Like, he was hurt as a sophomore, hurt as a junior.
Not a guy I wanted, man. I've got to be honest. It's not a guy I wanted. I forgot to go to YouTube Live, by the way. I just told
Ah.
to do that.
All right, well,
But yeah, boy, there's fucking tomorrow. But yeah, Banks, I don't know, man. I listen, I know we needed a corner, but I hope he's the guy.
it's the whole thing too that you traded up. Like, you could have had Porter. Like, what's the big deal? Why trade? They're like, fine, we gave up a 5th round pick, which we had an extra 1, and we gave up a 7th. Not like we gave up a lot of real estate. for
Right.
it.
It only means you want that guy. You wanted Banks. You want
Last year, you let fucking Bibbs fall right into our hands because you went ahead and you. Oh, I'm sorry. We take Bibbs at 5 rather, and we end up getting the tackle at the 7th pick, right? Like, you let that fall out perfectly, where you let them. You knew there was 2 outside tackles that were available, and they both could be studs, but you knew that one of them would fall to you at 7. It's
Yeah.
the same fucking thing. You got 2 of these top corners that go back and forth on the board, and one could fall to you, and you pick fucking you give up a pick just to move up. For Deontay Banks, you know what's pressures on this kid now?
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Dude.
To go opposite Jackson, like you better be the real deal. But you know what? In that division where we got to go against Philly's wide receivers, I mean, that says it all right there. We need another corner. You need somebody that it's going to be able to play up to par with
You
that.
got Flott, you got Robinson. I mean, I get it, fine, but like, no, but my point is that
Quarterback was our weakest
Porter could be the
position.
Same fucking kid. Like he can Porter could be the same corner. You can't sit here and tell me that this dude's that much better than him. Can't. Why even give him a 5th and a 7th round pick?
They
And I
must,
have a quick rumor that
they must
Bills
believe it.
they might have traded up to get your boy Nolan Smith.
Really.
Yeah, that might be a rumor because he was supposed to go so much higher, and they need the help in the interior as well, and they need that kind of a rusher. Go with like learn a little bit with Von Miller.
Yeah.
Like it's a good fucking defense right there. That's what they're missing too. With Milano and shit like that, that adds up a fucking pretty fat D.
Man, that's not bad. I'm surprised. I'm surprised the Giants. I thought for sure they're gonna go like Nolan Smith. I really didn't. I didn't think Banks would be that fucking guy they're targeting. I mean,
Traded up for Banks. Traded
they
up for him.
yeah,
Right?
they
That's
seem
the
like-
problem.
they loved him. They apparently love him. So listen, hey, we gotta, if they loved him, I gotta
Yeah,
love
I
this
get
kid.
that. I absolutely get that. I fucking totally get it. I understand that. Sure, they know more than we do. Well, I get it 100%. But it's just the fact that they traded up. You can't sit here and tell me that the Cowboys or Jacksonville or Buffalo, for example, fucking actually were fucking, they were all going to get him. You know what I mean? Unless Buffalo right now, you know what can save it? If Buffalo goes Porter right now.
If Buffalo goes Porter, then that's a different story.
Everything's a whole different ballgame. So, like, that's why I was like, we got to stay on for the Buffalo pick, no matter how long this takes. All right. So, the people that are still tuned in and listening, we appreciate it. We want your reactions. Make sure you fucking hit us up and DM the fucking, hit us up on the DM with Twitter. But we definitely want some reactions. We know we're going to be seeing a lot of you going crazy on Twitter in a few. I haven't even touched the app, to be fair. But with all that said, listen, dude, you know what? This is interesting. I want to see Buffalo right now. We traded up, right? Go corner right now. If they go Porter or any corner for that matter, if they think someone's better than Porter, right? Then what we did is genius. But then again, you know how weird that is too, Mike? Fucking like, yo, our GM and their GM, they all know each other. It's all
Right.
friendly.
It's all like that bullshit.
Can we really fucking do that to each other? Like we fucking we're going to go at it that much when we put the cornerbacks fucking stock that much higher? I don't know.
It's like during the NFL draft, like teams, like they talk to each other and they know who they're drafting.
Right.
You know what I mean? They know it. They know it. And all that shit gets like leaked. It's like, they all know who's fucking going. But when it gets to like the 25th, around there, then I think like they try to hide a lot of shit, but they do know still at the same time that, all right, a team is targeting this guy. They might trade up. So that other team calls the new team like, listen, I have this team trading up to get this guy. Do you want to trade up to move one spot so you block them from getting your guy? If they believe Banks was the guy, I mean, apparently they do. It's crazy to move up one spot. That annoys me.
Dude, that's what I'm trying to say. Like, look, Buffalo could use another corner. I mean, White's nasty. They have him as one. You put this other kid there. I can see what they're doing. I mean, Burrow threw all over them. So maybe they did put the pressure on the Giants to actually go out and fucking do something for Banks, because if not, they were jumping in on Banks. And I guess fucking at that point, Shane wanted Banks more than he wanted Porter. That would make a whole lot of sense.
Yeah, it has to be.
That would make a shit ton of sense. I know they fucking, whatchamacallit, we were saying the other boy, the linebacker is up there, but still, I could see them going for a corner, and that's what it was. Fucking Buffalo fucking us in the end if it's true.
25 picks to get a fucking cornerback.
Yeah, I know.
All right, here's Buffalo.
Traded up one pick just like we did. That's interesting.
With the 25th pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Buffalo Bills select Dalton Kincaid, tight end.
Wow. So they were worried Dallas was looking at Kincaid.
And they took Kincaid over your boy Mayer,
Yeah.
and no one's on Porter yet.
So now Dallas has to go fucking Mayor. They have to. And that's going to make me so fucking mad.
Bro,
Yep.
they have Knox there.
Wow. They must really like this fucking kid, huh?
Yo, so like there we go. So the two GMs, right? That if you want to look at it, right? Because Shane came from his day. And In case you caught some background reactions to that whole Buffalo pick, I think that says it all.
That's a good pick, though. That's a
All
fucking.
right, like that pretty much sums that one up there. But like what I was saying was the point that I was trying to make is that the two GMs are related, right? So like Beam fucking basically taught Shane, right? That's what we learned under whatever. That was his fucking tutor or whatever with the GM and shit. And they both make surprise picks towards the end of the first round of the draft. But like just moving up one spot. Clearly they moved up to one spot to fucking jump Dallas for a tight end, but they still give Mayer to fucking Dallas if Dallas wants him, unless Jacksonville takes it.
I mean,
But still.
yeah, unless no, Dallas is up now. Jacksonville's up after. So
Oh, okay. So they went.
Yeah.
Like jump down.
So,
Okay.
they had to heard whispers that Dallas was looking at Kincaid hard and they wanted him. So now, do Dallas just settles with Michael Mayer, or do they go some other direction because they didn't like him that much?
I mean, unless Buffalo thinks because they have a smaller back and Cook, right? And the other one that came out of fucking Indianapolis in that trade from the Colts, Hines, the King Hines. Maybe they want to go like a lot of two tight end sets, right? You can stop Stephon on one side and Gabriel Davis and whoever else. They don't have a real true slot receiver right now. I mean, maybe that's what they want to do with this kid. I don't know. They change up that offense a little.
Yeah.
You know, give like Josh another weapon. I mean, bro, they saw how like fucking Kelsey killed him. You know what I mean? Like, so they're fucking.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
I just thought your boy Mayer would be the pick, not King Clay. I mean, King Clay was good.
Yeah, they had him rated like they had those guys rated 1 or 2. You know what I mean? So basically, like, it's not really that. But now they're saying Michael Mayer could be a target for the Cowboys at 26 is all over ESPN right now. Of course, it's going to be. If that guy gets drafted, they just showed him on ESPN right now. If they're showing him, please don't go to fucking Dallas. Please, you're gonna hold my fucking dreams.
And you know, because we've been doing the ratings for like their picks, just to kind of go back with some of the ones we missed and kind of highlighting it. Jack Campbell was an A+, by the way, when Detroit picked him at 18.
Wow.
It was an A+ according to Pete Prisco. Okay, and now we're gonna get a little hometown favorites as we go down because the receivers when we went on the run, the only one they said was bad was Quentin Johnson to fucking San Diego only because of his size and that they have big guys there. But then Jordan Addison, who if he fucking came to the Giants, you know what? That would have been worth trading up to. But of course, fucking Minnesota snags him. They gave him an A. And then us moving up with Deontay Banks, who I told you they loved them and talked about all night. We got a B+, and then Dalton Kincaid is a C.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's just to kind of give a quick rundown on the draft.
I can't believe Minnesota getting Addison is that fucking high of a draft when you already have an offense. Scoring 35 points a game wasn't your problem.
No, I know.
Stopping the other team was your problem. What's the matter with you, Minnesota? We could have had Jordan Addison.
Dude, I would have loved that. I
wonder if he slipped. It doesn't seem like he would have been our pick, right?
I know.
It doesn't seem that way. So. Even if he slipped, I think we probably would have passed him over for this exact fucking moment. I think we got it. I think we still would have went Banks, even if Jordan Addison was there. Which is just crazy.
Yo, like Prisco throws in some other nonsense too, where he's like, which means that so let me let you have your interpretation of what this means to you. But he goes, Banks is a cocky player who played his best against good players. I like this pick. What does that mean to you that he played his best against good players? It could be looked at in multiple ways.
Yeah, so he don't get up for like lower competition, but I mean, I don't want that fucking guy. I want a guy that just goes out and fucking balls out.
For real. And he's cocky. Yo, dude, like, you better not be cocky if we're going to fucking put you against fucking Devonta Smith.
Listen, he's... You know
what I mean, motherfucker? You better step up, all right? Like, let's go. Yeah, you better be that cover guy then. Let's do it.
Banks got to prove me wrong, but right now, I do not like the pick. I'm sorry. I mean,
yo, and then another way you could look at it, right? I threw out all those stats, like the 8 pass deflections, 1 interception. Granted, you know what? He came out of Maryland. The ACC wasn't that strong this year. They didn't have a lot of passing. So, like, a lot of those teams are probably game planning around him, right? You know what I'm trying to say? Where, fine, you take out our best guy, we'll throw to a different guy, right? So all you did was take out our best guy that day, and they don't put those kind of stats on sheets, right? So I guess if we really broke it down, we'd have to see what Maryland's games were like, what receivers he was matched up against in the Big Ten, and fucking go from there. I mean, did he have a good game against Ohio State? right? Was Ohio State ready to like fucking really rock it out? I don't know. Like that's the only thing I can see with this Banks kid. Because man, he like I said, he better be able to shut down Devonta Smith and shit. Because like I said, I'm going after that, right? And whoever the fuck Dallas has fucking what's his called? Who's their second receiver that just went over there? Cooks, right? Brandon Cooks. So they got him now. That's gonna make it a little difficult there. They're gonna have some fucking weapons.
Yeah.
We'll see what they pick now.
Hey, listen, we're giving Wink some weapons. I mean, obviously, Adoree Jackson and Banks
Listen.
got to be the starters. Cordell Flack got to come in there. You
Now
know,
the kid from Detroit.
yeah, right. I mean, we still got players. So hey, listen, they're building it.
I don't know. Jerry Jones
See.
is celebrating like a motherfucker in the war room. So Dallas is happy. They are happy right now.
Yeah, I just
Right? Like, holy shit, man. Like, oh God, this is ridiculous with this fucking part of the draft. Like, I can't believe this. Like, I feel like Dallas is gonna get a good player here. They can still go Nolan Smith if they want.
I know Nolan
Guys,
Smith,
David
Michael
Parsons.
Mayer, like they got options, man, to fucking
Yeah.
whoever they want.
And they didn't have to trade shit. They're just sitting at their pick, like, cool. You two stupid idiots from New York decided to jump us? Cool. Like, what the fuck, man? That's what I'm saying. Like, there's so much pressure on this kid. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, it really
It
is.
really is, man. It's almost unfair because it's like, like in New York, we're gonna be all over him. Like, I just don't want it to be another fucking Eli Apple. That's my other biggest fear.
That's the whole issue,
And I
right?
hate to fucking be
Eli
that guy, but like, you know what? This shit's real. Like, it is.
Yep. I mean, the draft, nobody really knows, man, what happens, We thought we had a great corner in that fucking kid from Georgia when we traded up again in the first round in 2019. Then he just went on a shooting spree. All right, here's
Right.
Dallas.
With the 26th pick in the 2023 NFL Draft,
Don't get him.
the Dallas Cowboys select Mozzie Smith, defensive tackle,
Wow.
Michigan.
Whoa.
Wow.
Whoa. And they were like high-fiving and celebrating. For this.
Yeah. Holy shit.
I mean, at this point, we have to kind of just say on to see what Jacksonville, who made all these trades, benefits, and they end up grabbing, because they can do Mayer, they can do Nolan, and they can fucking still get fucking Porter.
Or they could trade back again if they want to get fucking crazy.
Like fucking, they can clean house right now.
Yeah.
And if Jacksonville wants to move up in round 2, they absolutely can because they're loaded with fucking draft picks.
Yeah, right now they're fucking loaded. I mean, they could trade back right now if they want to. If they
Right.
really don't give a fuck.
Dude, what the fuck is this? Maisie Smith. Yo, Pete Prisco is yet to give him a grade because he's just like, I don't know what to grade that. I gotta go find out who this guy is.
Wow. Michigan, huh? Michigan kid. I don't know, Dallas. I think Dallas got thrown for a loop, man. They took forever to get this kid. Maybe they were targeting. I really believe they were targeting Kincaid. As the
Think
tight
so?
end. I think so, yeah.
Bro, like,
I really think so. That's why they got that trade up from Buffalo to get him.
if I was distracted for a minute, that's because I'm in a group chat with some of our Cowboy and Washington fans. So they're talking a lot of shit, and I was just kind of responding back. And then, of course, the one that's a Washington fan, one of them will remain nameless right now. He basically said the Eagles win the division again.
Fake fan.
Oh my God, dude.
You can't say that as a Washington fan.
Yeah, but like it makes sense. You know what I mean? And you know who it is. His name, it starts with the letter J. But anyhow, that's our buddy. He's a fucking diehard Skins, Washington fan. And yeah. He's fucking making fun of all of our picks at this point. Although I did think that fucking Washington getting that kid Emmanuel Forbes might have been a reach, but it's still a solid pick. The kid's a big dude. He comes up and hits.
Yeah, it's a solid pick.
They're right in this draft. They did. You know, and listen, fucking Prisco gives them an A, so
Yeah, it's not a bad pick.
it's good. I'm very curious to see what Jacksonville does, because to me, at least what we've been discussing, they have their pick here. They want to go corner, they can go Porter. I don't know why people are hating on him. Maybe we missed something, but he's from a good family of football players. Like, I don't get it, right?
I don't get that either.
You have Mayer, who you said is baby Gronk or something of, and then fucking they can still fucking go out and get fucking the linebacker we've been talking about forever.
Yeah. Well, the pick is in, so they're definitely holding on to the pick. They're not trading back again. So
Yeah, well, Cincinnati's looking at chops too, because they're like, fuck it. We could do one of those things too.
but then you got the Saints.
Yeah. And then the Eagles again. Oh God. I'll tell you though. Oh yeah, we forgot to mention that every time the pick is in, there's like a 3-minute wait. They have to go write it up. They go have to get the electronics all set up for like who the game's gonna be and showing its highlights. All right, it's this kid. Get ready on set and camera too.
Right.
Yeah, that's all that bullshit. So that's part of it too, I guess. But we'll see. I mean, listen. All right. So what do you think Jacksonville does? Fuck it, since we're waiting.
That's tough, man. It's really tough. I could definitely see them going tight end.
I mean, like I said, according to our boy Pete Prisco over here, cornerback is their number one need as far as safety is as well. So corner or safety.
Maybe they do go Porter since he's been slipping, but I don't know.
And then
If
they
he's
got-
slipping that much, maybe Porter slips in the second round,
But like they also put down defensive line. They took that kid number 1 overall last year. They have Josh Allen, the defensive lineman, Josh Allen. And like, both those guys are studs. And they put down the third need as a defensive lineman. It's like, you need another defensive lineman?
I don't know.
Like, I'd say go get Trevor some weapons. Like you get him I mean, I get they have Evan Ingram. They do have Calvin Ridley coming back. Maybe you need a corner, right? They need a corner to make up for it because they had what's his name there for a while and they had to let him go. Jalen Ramsey, one of the best corners in the league. They had to let him go. I mean, you need.
Yeah, they probably do, yeah, with Doug Peterson. But Doug Peterson's a coach. He's an offensive guy. I could see them going offense too, man. You know what I mean?
Tight end then, right? But like I'm telling you, that's not
Probably.
Porter. I mean, but do they take Porter here? Porter goes to Jacksonville.
That's a tough one, man. I don't know.
Now, put him down there.
Jacksonville is always like, I mean, they screw up every draft pretty much every year, except for the Trevor Lawrence draft. So I don't know. Who knows who they're gonna pick?
Which was Urban Meyer, and everybody ripped him for his draft. Yo, maybe he was a good drafter in the NFL. He just wasn't a good NFL coach.
Yeah.
He should have been like the GM or some bullshit because he knows all the fucking. Think about it. You know what? These college fucking coaches, if they wanted to do something like that, where it was like an Urban Meyer, where he could still coach for like another 15 years if he wanted to, but like or 10 at least in college, or he tries to the NFL. I don't know if that was a good move, but if he's a GM, he knows all the college talent for that first year, inside and out, because he went up against them, and then fucking. He's got connections to fucking colleges for like the next fucking 4 or 5 years easily before any of them are burned out. He'll be fucking nasty. He'll know all the fucking guys to look after. Like, I don't know why a fucking NFL team hasn't tried to do that already. But then again, I guess these coaches don't want to get out of the game. So they still want to coach.
Still want to say they make that
excitement.
Want to make that money too.
Oh, you make money as a GM. Come on now.
Yeah, it's true.
Maybe not as compared to a college head coach at a major university.
Yes, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think they make fucking more.
Yeah, they make a lot more, but still. Just saying. Like sometimes you gotta just think about how they could attack a team, but because I'll tell you, man, Deontay Banks, bro, it's gonna really have to sit with me.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I'm gonna be the type that's gonna try to Google fucking Maryland games tonight. I'm gonna go back and I want to see what he did against.
All right, here we go. Here's Jacksonville's fucking pick.
Let's do it.
The Jacksonville Jaguars select Anton
Makes a little
Harrison.
more sense. All right.
Yeah, all right, so you got to protect fucking.
You gotta protect the Trevor there. That makes sense. All right. All right. Yeah, I mean, listen. I mean, and I guess they figured the entire time, not one any of those teams in between were gonna fucking take an offensive tackle. Although Cincinnati might. So therefore, if they fall down right before Cincinnati, they fucking make a pick and they're in fucking happy.
And they trade
Yeah.
back all the way to the pick before.
Yep. And then what they can now do is with that extra draft capital, if they want, they can try to move up tomorrow in fucking round 2 or 3. Right? And get whatever
It's a
they
lot of
want.
fucking picks right there. Well, that's an interesting fucking pick too, man.
Like I said, yeah, I'm gonna literally have to fucking go back. It's just a little hard, like to do this, but like I'm gonna go back and look at fucking Maryland Big 12 games last year. Just because I'm like, dude, are you serious? Like,
We'll see, man. I mean, I hopefully the kid's fucking good. We'll see. I just don't know that much about him to really like You know what I mean? I don't know. We'll see, man.
Well, first thing I pull up was last year, November 19th, Maryland played Ohio State at home, and they lost 43-30. All right, so it's not like going to Maryland shut the shit down. All right, Stroud threw though for 241 yards. All right, but they did have one receiver go off for 6 for 82. Harrison Jr., Marvin Harrison's son, went for 5 for 68. I mean, I guess no fucking wide receiver really lit him up. I don't know.
Hey, listen, we gotta prepare for that, but let's wrap this show up, man. We'll talk more about like the second round picks tomorrow night, Friday, then the later
We'll do
rounds
some
all
tweeting and
weekend.
jumping on.
So we'll
For
jump
sure.
on Monday for the podcast. We'll recap this. We'll recap the next couple rounds, and then right.
Mike, prediction
That'd
before
be
we
it.
go. What do you think? What position do you think the Giants take in round 2? Let's do it that way.
Round 2,
Yep,
wide receiver.
hands down.
Think so. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I'll throw out there maybe possibly a safety if one of them fall as a wild card. I don't know if the kid's going to last past tonight, but we'll see. But with all that said, we thank everyone for joining us for the fucking 100th episode. You know where to subscribe at the BBONYG podcast. Hit us up on Twitter. You can send them likes. We love it. Subscribe. Tell your friends. But we're out, man. New logo, 100th episode.
That's it.
Everything good, Giants.
Peace.
What's your thoughts? We'll talk to you next week. Peace.
Unless the Giants trade back in the first round, but I don't think that's happening. But we'll see. Peace.